You guys are in a town called Beltor, and it's a like old Gothic city that is full of people in bad moods. And you were there searching for your first artifact, this silver chalice that was in these catacombs underneath the city. You found a guy who decided to help you out, and this guy with his thick Russian accent has been kind of leading you through the catacombs and helping you in different ways. You headed down to the Undercity, where you traveled around a little bit. He taught you about the undead there that kept coming back to life. They were dying and coming back, and he showed you a little bit about them, and you fought some of them on your way looking for the chalice. You found a secret passageway that led you to a door that Esme, Amity's character, Esme and Rodney the rat, your little stowaway, both kind of helped open that door using some blood from Violet and some blood from your new friend, who I can't even remember the name of at this time. Off the top of my head, I can't even remember his name. If anyone has it in their notes, great. If not, I'm sure it'll come to me. But he's just like a local rogue, basically, that's been stealing from the catacombs for many years. So he knew his way around. He helped you out. You found this special door. You opened it up with this like blood ritual, and all of these fallen rocks that were blocking your path kind of lifted up out of your way. And underneath them was like a horde of crushed zombies and skeletons that started crawling around and coming after you. You dashed through this hallway into an open cavern with a zombie horde following closely behind you. And in this open cavern, there kind of floating in this abyss of darkness was the chalice, being guarded by holy paladins and clerics that seemed to definitely want to stop you. They were shouting things like, "Oh, you don't know what you're doing. Oh, you can't come after this chalice. Don't do it." But you all decided to dispatch them pretty fiercely and grab the chalice. Esme, again, kind of flying out into the void to grab the chalice. After a few psychic damage hits on your brain, you were able to start controlling the chalice, which is used to control that undead horde, and you turned the horde on these paladins and killed all of them, leaving you just by yourselves with a horde of zombies. Esme, you've got all these kind of like invisible puppet strings that only you can see controlling all of these zombies. Juniper, you were turned into a basilisk for a minute. You almost turned a paladin into stone, and the rest of you, like Leanna, you like 1v1'd the big paladin guy back and forth, trading blows. Violet, you killed a couple of the paladins by throwing your psychic daggers at him or stabbing him, and you guys all worked together really well, along with Esme going to the chalice to control the zombie horde. You dispatched these paladins pretty well, and that's where we are picking up with you all standing in the wake of the dead bodies of these paladins. You're in kind of this open chamber. Esme, the chalice that's in your hands has now kind of shrunken to a size that's carryable for you. It has shrunken down to like the size of like a shot glass. And the blood that was inside you can see it, Esme, as you're looking at it. The blood that's inside this chalice is slowly draining. It looks like you're not going to have control over this horde for very long. If that blood goes away, it may end the magic that you have going. So you may need to refill it. Okay. With that said, time is ticking, and that's where we're going to pick up. As you're holding the chalice, you all stand around. The smell of like rotting bodies is all around because the zombie horde is surrounding you all, but they're not attacking you. They're just standing there like waiting for orders from Esme, who's holding the chalice. And you have collected your first artifact. You know that you need to bring it back to the mansion for safekeeping. And that's where we're going to pick up. So,
dun, dun, dun.
With that said, what would you guys like to do? You have a pathway out of here, which is the pathway you came in from. But you know that there are a lot of holy clerics and paladins waiting for you on the other side. But you have a new tool at your disposal.
Let's try it out.
All right, we could
I guess, take on all these clerics.
Okay. So, as you guys head out of this large chamber, you all come to that passageway with the rocks that have kind of been raised up out of your way. And it's still open for you. As you walk down this passageway, you can actually see the entrance to this kind of secret hallway. Leanna, you were the one who kind of covered up this entrance with the rock again to trick the clerics. They kind of ran past this area. You pushed a rock in front of the opening so that they didn't know where you guys went. You come back to that spot where you pushed the rock, and you can hear voices on the other side. Voices of clerics chanting spells, and it seems like they have now found where you guys are. But they can't move the rock because they're all pretty weak. So it sounds like they're trying to get through it right now. You have about 15 zombies, 10 skeletons, and a giant zombie. Like a zombie giant that's made out of like a bunch.
Like in Minecraft? The giant zombie bobs.
So yeah, it's like he's just huge. He's kind of like Gilgore, the flesh giant, but bigger. So with that, they're all under your command, Esme. You've got a kind of narrow hallway with a big rock in the way. Do you want them to lead the way, or do you want to lead the way?
I think we're all still pretty injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I will have them lead the way.
Okay. And with that, as you look at your little puppet strings that are attached to all these undead creatures, the big one moves up front and starts to push the boulder out of the way. And with a groan, you see him burst in with a flash of light as all these clerics and paladins start shooting their spells at it. It lets out a and begins swinging on what looks like 6 or 7 of these clerics and paladins from the church that had followed you here. It starts swinging on them with its large fleshy arms. They're taking chops at it. And then from behind him come the rest of your zombie horde. And they all start swarming these clerics and paladins. And they all start screaming as the zombies are jumping onto them, biting their flesh, biting them on the neck. And Esme, you get a nice view of this because you're controlling all of these zombies. You get a really nice view of it. You notice that as one of the clerics dies, a new little puppet string comes from it to you as it raises up itself as a zombie cleric. So, as they die, they're being raised back up. You now watch as the horde and the skeletons continue killing the rest of these paladins that are in your way. The only thing I need from each of you is a single dexterity saving throw. So one from each of you. So in the top left of your character sheet, click on dexterity saving throw. We're going to get one from each of you. As through the zombie horde, they're going to fire some spells at you before they die.
Am I blind for not seeing this?
So it's at the very top left of your character sheet in like this small box that says saving throws. Should be at the very top of it. Top left, I mean. If you can see where it says strength, dexterity, constitution, all those scores up at the very top of your character sheet. Do you see those?
Oh, yeah.
So then, yeah, underneath that, like a little bit underneath and to the left.
Oops, did I hit it twice?
Yeah, but that's okay. There you go, you found it.
One?
Yep, you got it. All right. So, Esme and Juniper, as you are like standing behind your zombie horde, waiting for them to kind of dispatch all of these holy people, they fire some spells at you. But Juniper and Esme, you both kind of dodge out of the way. Juniper, you just kind of like lean backwards, like doing kind of like a matrix lean, and a spell flies over your chest, past you and hits the wall. Esme, you're so small, one of the spells is coming by you, but you're able to kind of swerve around it in a circular motion and dodge. Leanna and Violet, unfortunately, you just get kind of caught off guard as these spells fly through the horde in your direction. You are both going to take...
I'm so low.
Yeah, me too.
Leanna, you take 3 radiant damage, and Violet, you take 4 radiant damage.
Jesus. Okay.
Yikes.
So as these spells kind of fly by you, they kind of hit you, but the voices and the screams of these clerics and paladins begin to fade as the zombie horde overtakes them. You're noticing, Esme, as you're looking at the chalice, it's probably about half full at this point. And you have a feeling that as it continues to drain, you're going to lose control of this horde. So you have a decision to make. Taking them with you all the way back to the mansion isn't an option. It's going to take you weeks to get back to the mansion. Unless you can fill the chalice with enough blood to make it for that whole trip. Which means you'd have to continuously fill it every probably hour on the hour with blood.
Yikes. Okay.
So, you have to make a decision with this horde. There are plenty of options. I'll let you guys as a group brainstorm what you want to do with a horde of about, call it 30 undead. About 30 undead. Maybe 40 undead. Few options. One, I'm going to let you guys do it. You guys think about it. Think of where you just came from and then where you are going and what you could do with this horde of creatures.
What if we just ride them? I mean, okay, like, what did you have in mind? I mean, besides, like, using them to, like, take over shit or, like, scare people into submission, like, did you have any?
Well, we don't have enough blood to control them for much longer, so I was just thinking we can seal them back up down here in the caves.
Oh, that's true. I don't know why, but I thought, like, maybe if one of them had blood, we could, like, recycle, but they're zombies. They don't have any blood.
Yeah, they're pretty drained of like, liquid blood.
I like the way you're thinking, though. That's creative.
Okay. Guess we lock these bitches up.
Yeah, okay. So we'll just go ahead and seal them down here.
Do Violet and Juniper concur with that? Think of it as your characters would think of it. Like, what would your characters want to do? So I just want to make sure that that's what your character would want to do, and less so what Shark and Amity would want to do, but more like what Leanna and Esme would want to do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
You know that the church also... Yeah, I mean, they didn't send all of their people down here to deal with this issue. You know, it seems like the church has a very big foothold in the city, like a very big foothold. When you came in here, everything was religiously contextualized. Everything seemed to be centered around the church. I mean, the whole city. The main center point and the biggest building in the whole city is the church. So
what if we just let them loose in the church?
That's chaotic.
I just want to, like, your town. Like, I mean, like, who cares?
Good point. Okay. I mean, we can do that. If anybody is healthy and wants to give some blood, that would be cool, so we can control them for a little while longer.
I mean, I have, like, the most health, don't I?
You might. I don't know.
I don't know.
How much HP do you have?
I didn't take any, like, damage last game.
Oh,
okay.
Perfect.
I'm like a fool, basically.
Okay.
Awesome. Cool. You wanna donate some blood to the cause?
Yes.
All right.
Awesome. Okay.
All right. So Esme, you take your dagger. Are you gonna leave the little initials like you did last time?
Angelic, do you want my initial on your hand?
Of
Let's
course.
go. Okay. All right.
All right. So you get the little Esme initials on your hand, the Esme signature, and then you squeeze the blood from your palm into the chalice, which is now shot glass sized. But you notice that it requires quite a bit of blood for being such a shot glass size. By the time you squeeze a few drops out, normally this thing would be full, but it's a magical item, so it's using it's requiring a lot more than it looks like it needs. So you really squeeze some out. You're gonna take 5 damage, Angelic. 5 damage. And that fills the cup up for probably gonna give you a full hour now instead of 30 minutes.
Okay. A full hour. So we have a full hour to, I guess, control them.
Mm-hmm. And you can continue to play with that more. Know that when you donate to the cup, it's 5 hit points for now. It's 5 hit points. So if you want to do it again for another hour, one of you decides that you want to lose 5 hit points and do it.
Okay.
All right. So, as you are walking, you are heading now to the right out of this opening, which heads straight up to the church. It's heads straight up the steps into where like the main foyer of the church is. And as you're leading, or I want to know what the kind of walking order is. Do one of you guys want to lead, or do you want the zombie horde to be the first thing that show up?
I can't be in the front right now. I will literally drop dead if like a fly touches me. I'm at 2 health.
Oh god. We need to heal you. We need to figure out a way to heal you.
Yeah, don't I have like healing that I can use?
So if you look on your character sheet, in the big box in the bottom right, like the biggest box on your character sheet, bottom right, there's a tab that says spells.
Right.
Yep, so click on the spells tab.
Please,
I
my
have
lady.
So each time you use one of these, remember you got to tick off one of those boxes that goes along with it. So like if you want to use Cure Wounds, at the top of the little area where Cure Wounds is, it'll say like first level, second level, whatever. It'll say like first level, and then it'll have some boxes next to it on the right hand side. And that's how many times you can Cure Wounds, basically. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Okay. So, with that said, let's see what you have. So on your character sheet, I see in the spell tab, you have, you see where Cure Wounds is, right?
Yeah.
And you see where it says 1d8 plus 2? It's like a button you can press.
Yes.
So then if you look up a little bit to the right, you'll see the 4 boxes that you have.
Yeah, I asked, does it say slots?
Yes.
Didn't
Oh,
know if it
sorry.
was
Oh,
that
sorry. I didn't hear that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
So yeah, those slots, that's how many times you can Cure Wounds at first level. And then if you look down there, it says second level slots. You get 2 of those.
Oh,
And that would be a stronger version of Cure Wounds. You see how it's like blue there?
Yeah.
That means it's like a second level Cure Wound, so it's a stronger version. You're going to get an extra dice.
So should I use that on Liana?
You can if you want. That's your choice. Totally
Yeah,
your choice.
because if she's only at 2 health, then it just makes sense. Thank you, Queen.
All right, so go ahead and click on it. Click on the 1d8 plus 2. Click on that if that's what you want to heal. And then that's how much you heal there, Leanna, what you see in roll 20. So you heal for 9. Which is really good. That's
Pretty
almost
hefty.
maximum healing.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh, thank you.
that's nice. All right, so then now you click one of those boxes. One of those first level boxes.
All right.
Tick it off. And that means you have 2
Well,
left.
it was second level.
Oh, you did second level?
Oh, yeah. Was I meant to do first?
Oh, okay. So if you did second level, that's okay. No, that's okay. So
Okay.
that's fine. So you marked off a second level, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have 1 second level left and 3 first level, and that's how spell slots always work.
Okay.
And I think that one that you cast last time was Entangle. That's why one's marked off for first level.
Yeah, I did.
So yeah. With that said, you're now up to 11 hit points, Leanna. What are you at, Violet?
Oh,
I am at 5.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So if you would like a stronger heal for you, Juniper, is actually Healing Spirit. Healing Spirit,
Yeah.
it makes like a thing that lasts for like a whole minute.
Mhm.
And they can heal a number of times equal to 1 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So that's 1 plus. So it can heal 3 times. It could do 3. Actually, it's not as much healing. Actually, it's 3d6. So 3 6-sided dice or 2 8-sided dice. I mean, it's up to you, really. I mean, they're kind of similar.
Mhm.
But Healing Spirit can heal more than one person if you wanted to. It could heal like a little bit of Violet, a little bit of Leanna, and then maybe some more of Violet if you wanted to.
But I think it's better to not use it now. I think I'll survive.
All right.
We
Good
just
to
have
save
to
it.
be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally up for you guys to talk about. So it seems like moving on is the option we're going with here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So then my question still stands. What do you think is leading you guys? Do you want to do the Horde first, or do you guys want to lead first to see what's in the church before you let the Horde loose?
I think I'll lead.
Okay.
I
So
agree.
you're kind of flying in the front. You're so tiny that no one's really going to notice you for the most part, unless you're really loud for some reason. So as you fly up the steps, everyone's following. Reaching the top of the steps, there's a large metal door that is shut. And it looks like it is like where the entrance to the church would be. You hear some voices behind the doorway. Roll me a perception check, please, Esme.
Okay. No.
Almost impossible with the groaning of the zombies behind you. It's so like muffled that just like behind you that it's hard to hear what's on the other side of this metal door. But you just know it's voices. You're just not sure what they're saying or what they're doing. The door is shut. There's a little keyhole that you might be able to fly through.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
You want to try flying through the keyhole?
Oh, yes.
Okay. As you fly down into the keyhole, you can kind of see through the opening. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on, but you see some shadows kind of walking back and forth. And as you squeeze your way through it, you see that on the other side of this door, there are, looks like about 10 to 12 priests that are walking around. And they're actually guiding what looks like families through the foyer area and like showing them the statues, showing them the paintings, the stained glass windows. It's like they're doing tours around the church. And not all the people on this side of the door that you're looking at seem like they are, holy priests. A lot of them seem like townspeople that are just here.
Okay.
So it's up to you to decide.
Can I fly back to the
Yeah.
to the group?
Mhm.
Okay.
You fly
All
back,
right.
what do you say to them?
So there's families in there. I don't know if you guys want to. I feel like, okay, if we make a big scene and we drag everybody into this, I think it's going to be harder to find the other artifacts.
Hmm.
You might be right.
I don't know. How, killing innocent townspeople is going to go over.
Yeah, like,
Did
if you want
some-
to, that's probably at the end.
Yeah.
That's very true.
You guys know that if you finish your quest, a lot of these people are going to die anyway.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even matter. Who cares? Like, we're gonna kill them in the end anyways. Like, better now than like them having to suffer later.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with that too. We can go in. So, should we go through this way?
I'm
It's up to
down.
you guys. Is
you
that
guys
what you guys
think?
want to do? It seems like you haven't made like a total group decision, so this might be a good time for a vote. You've got another party member with you that's an NPC. He's kind of just raising his eyebrow, like he doesn't seem to care too much about these people, but he's also like kind of cringing at the fact that you'd be willing to kill them. But obviously he's a normal, he's like a normal person, so like he's not on the same quest you are, and he knows. Well, he's expecting you to give him like some supernatural powers at the end of this. Remember, that was the whole reason he helped you. He's waiting to get
Yeah, it
the.
all comes with a cost, so he should be prepared. Like, he's got to realize, like, if he's gonna be with us and get
Right.
this big reward, like,
He's keeping his mouth shut
obviously-
right now.
yeah, stuff's gonna go down.
So,
I
what is
think-
your guys' decision as a group? This is,
Yeah.
I think, this is an important, moment in the story that will decide a lot of the future. And there are pros and cons to both of the things you're doing.
All right. What do you think, Violet and Juniper?
This is so risky.
I know.
Either way.
It's tough just purely because if they're gonna die anyway, it's kind of like, but at the same time, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
This is one of the reasons I built this campaign this way.
We're evil.
Yeah.
This is one of the
Do
ways.
they
because-
already know that we're coming and that we're the, like,
I mean,
are they
like,
aware of our presence yet?
Do
Probably.
you-
Is who aware
Who
of
saw
our
them? Wait,
presence?
Esme,
Who are you talking about? Is who aware?
Like, the town people? Have they caught onto us yet?
It doesn't sound like it, Esme. They were just doing tours, right? They were just walking around.
Yeah, they just look like they're taking a tour of the church, you know. Not like they're preparing to fight a zombie army.
I think if we were to do something now, it will probably cause a really bad consequence in the future. Because then the whole town will know who we are, since they don't know what's coming, you know, if we do something now, you know?
So they haven't seen us yet? But I mean, like, if those zombies wipe out the whole town, that's a whole town full of, like, raiding and stuff, you know? Any supplies, anything that we need. But it is up to you guys. I see that I'm in the minority in this one, so I understand that we don't want to kill a bunch of people.
No, you have
next
a point,
time we
though.
can.
You have a great point in terms of the raiding. I wasn't thinking of that. But at the same time, will the zombies be able to handle the whole town, or will it be able to only take out a fraction of it?
That's true. And
Making
at
the
what point are
rest-
they gonna come attack us? You know?
The other issue to think about is the priests that are up there are going to eventually come down here to the catacombs and find their dead companions.
Yeah, screw that.
And they're going to see that the chalice is gone.
Yeah, we gotta dip.
Oh shit!
So if you leave the priests alive, that is going to make your quest harder too.
Oh.
Ooh, but if we just only kill the main dudes? I mean, can the town people really do much without their leader?
That's true.
If the Horde ignores the townspeople, because you have control over them, Ismay, it will cause a stir, but you can kill the priests, and maybe we can make it look like an accident.
We could scare them, and we could make them submit to us with the zombies.
Yeah.
Do that too.
Kill them. No, the townspeople, Esme. Do you think you'd have enough to...
I think as long as we are able to continuously get blood, we'll be fine. Because I don't know how long this battle would last.
Yeah, you got a town full of blood, and I mean, like, we got more HP. So I'm sure if we go and take out the priests, we can use the townspeople as well for blood and use them as cattle and everything.
The
We
longer
can also use the priests as the blood factor, you know?
Oh, do you think it's more powerful since they're priests or whatever?
Oh my god.
This is all a great idea. If you're going to go with the Horde into the church, I think you're all talking about things that are very relevant. I think the priest would be a nice battery for the chalice. What if one of them gets away? What if they have more power than we thought? You're all pretty weak right now.
That is very true.
What if...
Honestly...
So there are pros and cons, right? What if we leave the Horde down here? They've been trapped under those rocks for many years. We lifted the rocks off of them. We leave the Horde down here. They wander around, make the catacombs unusable for the priests. Maybe they won't even try to come down here. Maybe they won't find their companions. Maybe they'll think their companions just died to the zombies.
That's
So-
very true.
It's possible that leaving them down here has got its benefits too.
Leave them as a trap. They'll take out the priest once the priests come down looking for their other friends.
Hmm.
Ooh, like bait them
Yo,
into it,
yeah.
and then like block the entrance with like the rocks and shit.
We could tell them that we found their priests, friends down there needing help, that there's like zombies down there and stuff, and then once we get down there, we have control of the zombies and we have the priest cornered and everything. Oh, wait, but then what if they're too
Okay.
powerful? We can just trap them.
Do you
This is
think
so
trapping
much.
them would be enough?
Oh.
If trapping them will give us enough time to gather back our energy and our health, because I don't think we have the ability to fight right now.
You would
we
need about
don't.
8 hours of rest to get
Oh shit!
all of your
Trap-
HP and stuff back.
Should we just dip then? Just leave the zombies, take the chalice, and go?
Hmm.
Well, you're also going to give me the powers, right? Like you said.
Yeah, well, stop talking. We're talking right now.
Oh,
Girl
sorry,
talk.
sorry.
I feel like leaving is the only thing we can do. We're not prepared to fight.
Unfortunately,
I
yeah.
agree. As much as I would want to watch this whole town die, we have to wait.
Guess we can't. You can't always get what you want.
All right, Russian man, what's up? Those
Okay,
powers.
we're leaving then. We're not going this way. Is that right?
Yeah. What a shame.
He takes like a big sigh, like a. Okay, I feel better then. I don't want innocent people to die, not necessarily.
Lame.
Okay, let's go back the other way. He starts walking down the steps, leading you guys away from the church door. Do you guys follow him, or were you just tricking him? What are you doing?
No, I think we should follow him. I think
You're
we should
following,
follow
okay.
him, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
following with the Horde. You all head back
Kinda
down
like
into
them.
the catacombs, stepping over the bodies of any priests that are left over that were too beaten up to rise up as zombies. You step over their bodies, past the little secret entrance to the chalice chamber, and back towards the entrance that you came in, which was kind of like a hidden cellar door kind of entrance. So it takes you a little while to head back to that way, to that part of the town. And after about 20 minutes or so of walking, the entrance reveals itself once again. It's just a little stairway up to like a cellar door, which you left open, I believe, right?
Yes.
So, as you are approaching that doorway, Violet, your decision to leave that open seems to have come with a few consequences.
God fucking damn it.
Uh-oh.
As you see, as you kind of come up the steps, you see a few children that are like standing, looking at the entrance, and one of them like is in mid throwing a rock down the steps, like trying to see how far it goes. Like he's throwing a rock down the steps. As the rock tumbles to the ground, he starts to see like the shapes of you all in the darkness coming in his direction, and he goes, "Who's there? Who's down there?" You have a giant zombie horde following you, and this kid looks like he's like 10 years old, and he's got another kid behind him that's like peeking over his shoulder.
Man, fuck them kids.
I have psychic whispers. Can I?
Yeah,
I can, right?
yeah.
Can I speak to them telepathically
Yeah.
to tell them to like chill the fuck down?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
you, what do you say telepathically to them?
I can be like, oh fuck it.
Scared.
I'll telepathically tell them like we're like fairies and we're on an underground mission to help.
Fairies? What do you mean fairies?
You know?
What's a
The
fairy?
good ones.
I don't know what a
I
fairy
can
is.
give you lots of candy if you keep quiet because we're on a mission.
I do like candy. What's your name?
My name is Powder.
Powder. My name's Eddie.
Hi, Eddie. You're such a lovely little boy. Would
Yeah.
you like to help me on this mission?
You're not gonna tell my mom that I'm here, are you? I'm not supposed to be over in this part of town.
Well, I guess both of us can keep secrets now, can we?
I guess so. What do you need me to do?
Okay, this is our mission. You need to make sure that none of the people out there will be able to see us escape because I have a very special message to give to the big person of the town. And if I happen to give the message to the big person of the town, I'll be able to give all the kids many, 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 many candies.
You mean the
And-
Archbishop?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know the Archbishop very well. Our family's not allowed in the church because we're too poor.
Aw, it's okay. You know why? Because there's money in that candy too.
Okay.
I
Well,
can make your family very rich if you keep this a secret.
okay. Me and Tori we'll watch. We'll watch out for you. Where do you want us to watch?
Okay. Wait. Fuck. Is the door? Okay. Make. Oh, make sure no one's around to watch us go out of this door. Try to distract them if possible.
The young man Eddie nods his head. The girl behind him with kind of short hair, her name's Tori. She's like tapping him on the shoulder, saying like, "Hey, what are you talking about with them? Hey, what are you talking about?" And Eddie kind of turns to her and tells her the situation, and they both like stand up real tall, and Eddie gives you like a salute, just like you shadow. He can't see you, but he gives you like a salute, and then turns around with Tori, and they look like they're going to like get a spot to go do a lookout. So they kind of run away from the cellar door.
Great. Jesus. Okay.
So
What the fuck was that about?
yeah, nobody heard that conversation except for you, Violet.
What even happened?
God bless. I don't want them to hear my name is fucking Powder.
What I heard? Oh my god.
So as you approach the stairway that kind of, it's just a small stairway, small stone stairway that goes up to the like double doors, the double cellar doors, you I guess have another decision to make. You said you're leaving the Horde down here, or no? Did you want to take them with you up?
Should we take them to like protect us on our way out? I was thinking.
It's going to draw a lot of attention, obviously.
Yeah.
Oof.
Do we want that?
Or
No, I
we
guess-
could use them to cause a distraction.
Ooh, see, that's why you're smart. Okay, so I'm down with that.
Oh, it's probably gonna scare the kids though. Now, why do I have this attachment issues to these
Yeah,
kids
I don't
now?
want
What the
anything to
fuck?
happen to Tori or any of them. First I said fuck them kids, and then I heard Tori, and I was like, wait, no.
Maybe don't. Okay. I think we can cause a distraction.
Okay, I like that. I like the sound of that. All right. That's what we'll do.
Okay. So
I'm
what
gonna
is your
miss
plan
my
with them?
children.
You're controlling them, Esme, so you can kind of decide what you want them to do. I'll give you a small description of the surrounding area. If you go up to the top of the steps, you're kind of in the like middle class district of the city, and just maybe 100 feet away from you from the cellar door is like a big street that has a big market in it, like a big market of people selling things. It's pretty busy at this time as well. And you actually see Tori and Eddie, the two kids. They are like stationed in the alleyway that you would have to walk through to get to this street. They're stationed there like behind two trash cans, like watching the market, making sure nobody comes by.
Okay.
So you really only have like one avenue to get out onto the main street, and it's through this alleyway that the two kids are kind of guarding for you. Otherwise, you'd have to kind of take the long route around the edge of the city through the poorer district of town to try and sneak your way out.
Huh. Okay. I think we should make them walk out to the market and distract all the people there, and then we'll sneak out through the poor side.
Can we have them dance? Just kidding. Don't have them dance.
I was literally gonna make them dance. That is literally what I was gonna do.
Great minds think alike.
Literally.
Okay,
They could
so your plan
literally
is to
dance
send
in
the
the
horde
market.
out into the market street and have them start dancing?
Yes.
Okay. what do you want to do with Tori and Eddie? Do you want them to see this?
Okay.
I don't-
Violet's the
Yeah.
only one that's got a real relationship with them at this point.
Yeah, you tell
Yeah.
me. Nina. These are your children.
I have kids now. Okay, I think it's a okay, they're probably gonna be scared, right? But if they're dancing, I think it will lessen the traumatization that will enhance. I think while we are running away, we'll probably pass by the kids, right?
You would have to was the plan to send the Horde into the street and then kind of follow them out and blend into the crowd as they're all like running away kind of thing? Or where were you guys going to go after you sent the Horde out into the street? Were you going to...
Yeah, I was gonna let the crowd be distracted, and then we'll sneak out when everybody's distracted.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what was your question again, Violet? I guess I don't remember.
So, we are right behind the Horde or in the Horde?
I think you would be behind them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think as the Horde's passing through, the kids as well. They're gonna be passing through the kids as well.
Yeah, they would have to pass right by the kids where they're like doing their lookout thing.
Yeah. Can I show them some of my like just one gold currency? I don't mind. Yeah.
So they don't know
I'll
what you
show
look
one.
like yet. Neither of them do. They haven't turned around to look back and see you guys coming out of the cellar door. They don't know what you look
Oh.
like yet. You can still speak telepathically with Eddie. You still have that connection with him.
Ooh, maybe I
They're
can
both
tell
turned
them to,
away
like-
from you right now.
Yeah, maybe I can tell them to like something weird is about to happen, but don't worry, that's all part of the plan.
Okay.
No
so-
matter what, be like hold your ground. You can do this.
should I be scared?
All scary things must have a reason behind it, so it's okay. You're brave enough. I know you can do this, Eddie and Tori.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage. So hold down shift and then click on persuasion.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh, God bless!
22. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I can do this. We can do this. He turns to Tori and he kind of taps her on the shoulder from across the alley and he says, "Okay, Tori, we need to be really brave. Apparently, there's something scary that's going to happen. Okay?" And Tori kind of closes her eyes and nods her head really vigorously. And this would be a good time to send the Horde.
Yep.
Send the Horde.
All right. So you used your little puppet strings. The zombie giant walking makes like a as it walks down the alleyway. It actually like is the first thing that's leading the Horde. It almost is about as tall as one of the buildings that it's walking next to. It's a huge creature. And as it's walking, Eddie and Tori like look back in stunned, terrified bewilderment as its foot steps next to them both. They both jump, and you see Eddie, like you see like a little wet spot appear in Eddie's pants. But he's like shaking, but he's like smiling, and he looks back and sees you, Violet. He can tell because of the telepathic connection you have which one has been talking, and he gives you a shaky thumbs up. Tori, she's actually just got her eyes closed. She's just like eyes closed, shaking. As the zombie giant, you already start to hear people, people from the market as the zombie giant steps out into the street. What kind of dance do you want it to do?
Ooh. Oh God, Violet, you tell me. you're the trendy
baby.
one. You're the trendy one here.
Honestly, it would be nice to see them do like a classical, like the 4 square type of dance, you know?
Aw, okay, I like that.
So you want them all to like find a partner and do like a waltz?
Yeah.
That would
Okay.
be really nice.
Okay. So the zombie giant doesn't have a partner, so he just kind of like twirls around in a circle with his arms out, just kind of like a conductor of music, just like twirling around. The rest of them all find a partner and begin to twirl out into the market area. As people are screaming, you start to see arrows flying. One of them hits one of the zombies in the head. As it dies, the skeletal partner just continues to dance with no partner, just in a circle around the dead zombie. As arrows start flying towards them, one by one, the zombies are just very slowly being picked off, but the crowd is freaking out. You see a group of guards step forward, and there's just a small opening for you guys to get in there and blend in with the crowd. So what I need everyone to do is roll me a stealth check. Everyone roll me a stealth check. So this is a group check.
Sorry, y'all.
Same.
All right. These numbers are not terrible. I'm going to roll for the townspeople as a whole, and they get disadvantage on this because they're terrified. Well, that's good because they rolled a natural 20 first.
Jeez.
So they roll again,
Yoinks.
take the lower number. This time they got a 10, which means they do not see you all as you blend in with the crowd. The chalice is draining quickly as you are kind of rushing through the crowd of screaming people out towards the entrance of the city. Your new Russian friend following very closely behind as well. The two kids, as you look back, they give you big thumbs up from the alleyway as all of these zombies are getting pelted with arrows and rocks from the townsfolk and the guards. And you make your way to the front entrance unscathed. But it seems like you've only got about 5 minutes left on this chalice before the zombie horde is going to be loose. And they're pretty far from you too. They're about a 10-minute walk from you. Your puppet strings are kind of going up and over the buildings, so you can kind of still see where they're at, but you can't see them in general.
Okay. Well, we just let zombies loose in the market. They'll be fine. They're fine.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine. I'm gonna miss those zombies though, to be honest.
Dude, they were kind of fun.
Okay. So, your person here, Keylor, he, as you're like at the edge of town, he looks at you knowingly and waitingly.
Fuck.
So? Is this where I get my abilities I was promised?
I think... I think we should take him back to Mother, to be honest.
I agree.
Oh, I was thinking we should just kill him, dude.
Oh, I mean, we can do that too.
You,
I'm like a little pet, maybe.
You see
Yeah.
Keylor's like looking at you expectantly, and he begins to kind of like rub his forearm a little bit, and you see a bead of sweat kind of appear on his forehead, and then on his nose it kind of drips down. His demeanor has changed a bit from looking confident and roguish to more like clammy. He looks clammy and sweaty. So, what's the plan? Are you just going to leave me here? Time for me to find another city? Tricked again? He kind of kicks a rock.
Yeah.
But you had fun though.
I mean, he should have known better. You're a fucking rogue too, man.
He kind of looks at you all and smirks a bit. Leanna, what is your passive perception in the bottom left? It's like not bottom left of your character sheet, but it's like middle left. It's like a one single bar. It says passive.
It says passive
Perception.
Perception. Oh, it's 13.
Okay. So
I really just don't care about him anymore. Like, I mean, you guys can do whatever you want with him. I just feel like he might be a bit of like a hassle, like, you know, owning a dog or whatever, kind of like that. But...
So he kind of takes a step backwards from you and puts his arms out in this kind of like showy move, dagger in one hand, other hand empty, and he says, "Well, I guess that is that then. You're going to leave me here? Just fine. I'll gather my things and I'll find a new city, because this one," as he looks back towards the main street where the market is, he says, "he's fucked." And that is when Esme, the chalice's last little bit of blood, drips out, and your puppet strings disappear as you start to hear and the zombie horde begins to attack the town.
I'm gonna miss those little guys.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my god, will the kids be okay?
It doesn't matter. Let's think about it later on. They're
Violet,
probably
you're
not gonna
going
do this.
soft
So
on us.
sad.
Literally.
I'm in so much pain now. Okay.
So
You're going
Keylor,
soft on us.
he kind of turns away from you all dramatically. You see a familiar sight on his back ankle. That bite from the zombie before is now kind of swelling with this black kind of juices and smegma coming out of it. Gross stuff. Pus. And he looks back, kind of lifts his ankle up and scratches it. He doesn't seem to notice it as much as you guys do. Maybe he's in denial. But he kind of puts his hand on his side a little bit, like where his belt is. With his empty hand, the one's not holding the dagger. And he holds up a red bag, which has a little bit of movement in it. And you hear muffled from the bag, "Hey, let me out of here! Let me out of here! Hey! Hey! Let me out of here!" Rodney
God damn it.
is in the bag. Leanna, he swiped it from your belt on your way here. And he puts his dagger up to the bag and he says, "Where are my fucking powers?" He's sweating.
Bitch! Let's just fucking kill him, bro. Like, I can't, like, he literally, like, Rodney, that's our rat to fuck with. Like,
Leanna, you can't let him make you look like this. You just look so bad right now. I'm just letting you know as a friend.
oh my god. Let's just kill him. I'm so angry. Like, I don't even know.
He's about 30 feet from you right now, so if you run at him, he's gonna stab that bag.
Thanks, my psychic blades.
Give me a second. Let's look at what we got right now. Hold up. Can you guys look at anything in your arsenal? If we have long distance, I cannot have him kill this rat before I do.
I got my psychic blades. I feel like that's kinda the best one because it's literally not even like it's literally psychic.
True, and Wickla, what is that thing? What actions do I have? Or my roar, is it gonna,
This is a tense situation. It's meant to be hard. This is supposed to be one of the harder episodes to like make decisions. And I wasn't expecting this necessarily, but it happened. He rolled his stealth check, his sleight of hand check to swipe it, and your passive perception was not high enough.
Channel divinity. I want to try. Can I? Fuck. Hold up.
So, what's it going to be? Are me and the rat dying here?
Daunting roar. I want to use daunting roar. Can I use that?
You can. It'll make him afraid of you. It may not save Rodney, though.
Why don't you just drop the rat?
Not
Oh, what if we
necessarily.
yell at him and then and somebody throws something at him. What do we do? We have no long
Can we do
distance.
it simultaneously?
Can we?
What'd you say?
Like at
Like-
the same time.
Yeah, like Liana will do like a roar, and I immediately like do the psychic blades, making him caught off guard. You know.
That's definitely a possibility. It's one of those things you have to weigh your options, right? So, what happens if your psychic blade doesn't kill him?
I'm just gonna throw my Wickala. You do your psychic blade. We just gotta both at the same time just chuck it at him. Maybe we can get an arm off or something and drop Rodney. And then like, who's fast enough here? Who here is like quick enough that they can just like, and then like go
we
and
can
steal
fly
it?
and grab Rodney out of there.
Yeah,
no?
I have bows.
I think we should all just like
I have one bow.
go at it.
Wait, can Keelar? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Can Keelar see Esme right now, or is Esme out of sight?
Oh,
You're
someone's on
all
my
in
door.
sight
I have to
right
go
now.
grab food real quick.
Oh.
He's got a kind of his hands out, one upward with the bag, the other kind of underneath it with the dagger, and he says, "I'll take a cure for this." And he kind of like looks down at his own ankle. "At this point, I just don't want to die. You got a cure for
Oh.
this?"
I'm pretty sure Juniper could try, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me see if
So
Juniper...
he's saying if we can cure him, then he'll let the rat go.
That's what he seems to be implying, yes.
Okay.
Give me a second
we're
here.
doing
I'm
all
gonna
this
pull
for
up
a rat.
Leanna's
Where are we at right now?
page real quick. Because I don't think Juniper has a way of healing a disease, but I
Okay.
think Leanna does.
I'm immune to diseases.
You are, and I think Lay on Hands... Yeah, so Lay on Hands, if you want to use 5 of your 15 Lay on Hands, you can cure one disease or poison that's on somebody
I can do that.
for 5 of your 15 if you want to do that. So that's up to you as a group. Otherwise, you can go with your other plan, which you came up with before he gave you an out, and that plan was each of you throw a ranged attack at him, and if they were to all hit, they'll probably kill him. But you would need to all hit. It's the only risk you're taking.
Okay, but like, if we do cure him and waste one of our abilities, then will he be onto us after this, or will he just let all of this go?
It
That
sounds
is
like
the
he's
question.
giving you an out of like he'll forget this all ever happened if you cure his bite.
Mm.
Like he won't worry about the powers because he understands at this point that you were lying to him.
Wink, wink will heal him. And then he'll let the rat go.
That's the idea.
Yeah, he fucked up with grabbing Rodney.
Honestly.
Leanne
I mean,
is so
if-
passionate about this.
Honestly, I don't mind, you know. It's a fucking rat. I don't care if the rat dies.
I
So.
fucking care.
Okay,
Come on, are you guys there? I could use some help. Come on, please. Come on, guys, please.
He's such a nuisance.
So the plan is, Leanna, you start to approach, ready for lay on hands.
Yes, sure.
All right. So as you approach, you kind of put your hand out, and he pauses you for a second. He says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! You're coming to cure my wound, yes?
Yeah, what else?
Just making sure." He kind of like pushes the dagger up against the bag a little bit, and he stands there waiting for you to approach.
Alright. I want to get close enough. Should I? Oh, fuck. I don't know if I should try this. It's kind of risky. I want to get close enough and let him know that I have to put my hands around his... I want to have to put my hands around his neck. Because that's how I heal him, right? With my hands. Because he'll lay on hands.
Mm-hmm.
But then I want to use claws and attempt to rip out his throat. Can I try that?
You would need to roll a deception check to let him know that like you need to put your hands around his neck to heal him, and you would need to roll low on his insight check. So if that's a risk you want to take.
I want to try that, and if I roll low enough, I'm just going to heal him, and then he'll drop Rodney, and we can figure out what we do with him after.
Think about it this way. Think about it in a real life perspective. If you were approaching someone, right, who had like a gun on like your friend, right? And you were approaching them, and you were like within a few feet of them, and you were lying to them, and they found out you were lying, what do you think they'd do?
GG's.
They're not going to let you touch them, even if you were meaning to heal them.
How is he going to know that I'm lying? What if he says, no, I just don't feel comfortable with you putting your hand there. Why don't you just put it somewhere else? And I'd be like, okay, well, it might not work that well, but I'm just letting you know, like.
It's one of those things where you have to lie. You're lying when you say you have to put your hands around his neck. So you have to roll, and then he would roll an insight check to see if you're telling the truth, because he doesn't trust anything you say right now. You've already lied to him once. So
all right, I'm gonna stop
just remember,
through so much.
The big thing
damage.
is all actions have consequences. So just think about, always think about both sides. What happens if this goes badly? So
I'm just gonna heal him and get out of there.
Okay. So you walk up to him, you tell him you're gonna heal him. He's gonna roll an insight check just to see if he thinks you're telling the truth that you're gonna heal him. He rolls an 18. So that is where I would ask you then, Leanna. He rolls an 18 on his insight check. Are you telling the truth? Are you planning on healing him? Okay.
I am planning on healing him.
So he allows you to approach, and you put your hand on his arm or his chest or wherever you want, and you cast Lay on Hands. You remove 5 from your Lay on Hands pool. That is in the big box in the bottom right, the Features and Traits tab. You can find it in there. Features and Traits. And then Lay on Hands pool, it says 15 with some plus and minuses on either side. You can minus 5 from that. Let me know if you have trouble finding it.
Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And with that, the festering wound on his ankle heals up, leaving him okay. He takes the bag with the dagger, and he takes a step away from you, Leanna, and he says, all right, I'll give you back the brat, but I want to be a good distance away before it happens. So, I will leave him somewhere for you.
What?
I don't want you shooting me in the back. So, I'll leave him where you found me. The same little house. It's 1 street away. And I'll leave him on the front steps, right where you met me.
Bet.
I have no
We
reason
met
to kill him
you-
now.
What do you...
If you would like to see if he's lying, roll an insight check, just like he was going to do to you.
Okay.
Do we
Anyone
all do
wants
it
to
or just
tell?
as me?
Anyone can roll. Anyone who wants to roll an insight check totally can.
Fuck.
No.
Okay, well, this is actually, I mean, this is kind of a cool moment, because Leanna has been doing the back and forth with him, so it makes sense for her to roll the highest here. So this is kind of a cool moment. You got a natural 20 on your first roll. So, with that, Leanna, you can tell he seems to be telling the truth. He knows that you're stronger than him. He's seen you fight. So, he is telling the truth. He just wants to watch his own back.
That's right.
So, now you guys get to decide. Leanna, you know he's telling the truth. He's going to leave Rodney on his front steps. At least that's what his plan is. So,
I think we should trust that we'll get Rodney later.
Leanna says that to you all. What do you guys say?
Or a rat?
Don't let me go with him. Come on, don't make me go with him, please.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. We're talking.
I just think
Literally.
we just snuck out of town, and now we're gonna go back in for him.
You're at the entrance of town. You haven't left town yet.
Okay.
He might be useful, and I don't want to get on what's her name's bad side for killing her rat.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Whatever.
All right, he
Good
backs away a
morning,
few
Ed.
steps. He just backs away slowly, and then he dips down a alleyway towards the house that he mentioned. And after a few moments, you guys follow behind very quickly, sprinting after him towards the house you met him at. Approaching it, you see on the front steps a red bag that is like slowly rolling towards the steps as you hear Rodney going,
Push the bag, push the bag, push the bag, push the bag.
it's like rolling towards the steps. He's gonna fall down like 3 flights of steps. He doesn't think you guys are coming for him, obviously.
No good, they're just gonna leave me here. They hate me.
Wow.
He
Doesn't
doesn't
even
hear you
trust
approach,
us.
but you don't see Keylor anywhere in sight.
Should we
So-
just grab him?
You
Yeah.
run up the steps, grab him before he falls off the top step, and he goes,
Oh, let me go! Let me go! I'll kill you! I'll kill you, whoever you are!
He really owes Leanna his life, I want to say, because me and Violet were ready to kill him.
Honestly.
Literally.
so
ungrateful
as you
little
open the
rat.
bag, Leanna, he like screams like a little girl, like, because he sees it's a big cat and he's a small mouse. He screams and he goes,
Oh, it's just you. It's just you.
Wow.
he reaches his arms up for uppies.
I pick him up and I throw him around like a little baby.
Okay, all right. You don't have to do. Okay, all right. Okay. Well, thank you for saving me.
Oh God! He points and you see a horde of zombies walking in your direction. As they see you, they start to like shamble faster. And in that horde of zombies, you see 2 young kids that look very similar to Eddie and Tori. One of them looks at you, the boy Eddie, and you hear in your head, Violet, because you still have the connection with him.
Damn.
We saved a fucking rat and not 2 kids.
That's some evil shit.
They begin sprinting towards you.
Story, and I'm already a villain.
They begin sprinting towards you, especially the 2 kids. They start sprinting as zombies towards you. One of them kind of jumps in your direction. What do you guys do? Are you gonna just run or are you gonna fight?
Kill him? Just kidding.
We're gonna run.
You don't have to do that.
There's a horde behind them.
We have to run. We can't fight.
Yeah,
I'm
we need to
dipping.
run.
All right. So you guys run. And I need you all to roll me stealth checks.
Okay. Just got curry all over my man's jacket.
Nice. All
Which
right.
one are we rolling?
Stealth. Okay.
Yikes.
All right. So you guys attempt to flee the town, and as you're running out, Esme and Leanna, you both get caught by a small group of zombies. With that said, the zombies take a couple swipes at you. Esme, one in the air at you for a 19 to hit. What's your armor class?
Let me check. A 14.
Okay. So it swings at you with its like kind of meaty hand and it hits you in the air with a hits you for 4 damage.
Yikes.
4 bludgeoning damage. Leanna, a skeleton appears from an alleyway next to you as you're running and takes a swipe at you with its sword for a 15 to hit. What's your armor class?
16.
Okay, so it glances off your armor, kind of makes a shudder go down your spine as you hear its cracking bones behind you. The rest of you make it out safely. Everyone, you make it to the entrance of the city and out as you see fires begin at the center of town, and it seems like this place is in shambles now. Esme, you have Chalice in hand, and you guys head backwards towards the mansion where Licka and the rest of your companions are. Rodney the Rat is on your shoulder, Leanna, and he says,
Okay, seriously. Thank you. Seriously. I don't say that very often.
Yeah, I don't say this very often either, but you're kind of cute, so I'll keep you around.
Get a room, you two.
Giant lady lion with her tiny rat husband.
I'll never get over this. I have so much hatred for Rodney now. You better watch that rat if you want him to survive.
Rodney kind of like brushes the hair, his hair that's on his head behind his ear, and he goes,
Oh, stop it.
yeah, well,
I mean cute as in a pet way, nothing more.
he
No,
kind
got rat zone.
he looks down sadly and just like sits on your shoulder, like swinging his legs back and forth. He seems grateful though. He's got a big smile on his face. His tail kind of waggles back and forth, and he looks over to Violet and he goes,
What's the matter with you?
I just lost 2 kids. You shut the fuck up, you fucking rat.
Straight up, you did.
And I have to save your ass? Your ass?
I didn't know you were a mom.
Neither did she until today.
I swear to fucking God, if you say one more word to me, I will cut your fucking tail off.
Roll me an intimidation check with advantage. Roll twice, take the higher number. Intimidation. So hit the shift button when you do it. There you go. 13. Okay. Rodney shuts the fuck up.
Thank fucking God.
You guys make your way back to the mansion after about a week of travel. And as you approach the kind of mountain slope that goes up to the mansion, Rodney, he's been quiet for pretty much this whole trip. Just whenever you talk to him, he responds, kind of thing. With that said, we're going to have you guys appear at the mansion, and we'll do anything you guys want to do at the mansion, and then we're going to have you guys level up, and we'll end the session for today. Okay?
Okay.
So, you guys appear at the mansion front steps. Gilgore thumps his way to the front door and opens it up. As he does, you see him in all his big fleshy Frankenstein glory. Oh, welcome back. Good to see you all. He like waves you in and kind of bows. He seems to have a lot of respect for you. And behind him in the main foyer area is Licka, who is seems to be also waiting for you.
Well, you've made it back. So, show it to me. Let's see it.
All right, I'll take it out and hold it to her. Fly up to her.
As you hold it out, she kind of brings her seafoam green, wrinkly, elongated fingers and fingernails up to the chalice and puts it between her fingers. It is shot glass sized and small compared to her. And as she touches it, it begins to grow in size and then grows to the regular chalice size that she holds in her hand. And you're still holding on to it. She's holding on to it. And she looks at you from underneath her hood, and her black kind of stringy hair all over her face, kind of sticking to it from sweat and moisture. She furrows her eyebrows and she says,
Nicely done. I'll take it.
Can I just keep holding it like really tightly because I don't want to give this thing up.
She again kind of furrows her eyebrows.
Esme, I said I'll take it.
All right. Okay. Fine. Take it. I don't want it. Get it away from me.
She grabs it, and as she does, she kind of taps her fingers on the side of it. As she does this, it begins to glow on the parts of the base that have skulls on them. The eyes of the skulls begin to glow a bit. And she says,
Oh, yes, this is definitely the one. Very nice.
she leads you all to the front steps of the mansion. And as she holds the chalice up, she's standing on the front steps. She holds it up and she says,
Peculiar. There are a lot of dead bodies in this area. They should be rising up right now.
She looks inside the chalice.
Was there something in here before?
So we figured out that you need to put blood into the chalice to kind of, enact it. Yeah.
She snaps her fingers.
Oh, of course. That makes total sense. Well, nonetheless, you found it. We can get blood later. Let's put it in the chapel. Come, everyone, let's go.
She waves you all to the chapel, which is a little bit away from the mansion. This is where you guys made your pact together. And she brings it to a desk that's on the pulpit of the chapel. Pulpit being the front area. She brings it to this desk and she sets it in a spot that looks like it's made for the chalice. It's got kind of like this golden pedestal for it to sit on, and the base is perfectly round in the shape of the base of the chalice. And she sets it there, and as she sets it there, these like golden claws like wrap around the base of it with their fingers and hold it in place. And she says,
Well, step 1 complete. Mother, are you proud of us?
She then kind of like looks up.
Not very talkative today. Well, she won't be able to ignore us after the second. So, the golden dagger is next. Now, this one's going to be a bit trickier, so you all know. It likes to jump around a bit and doesn't want to be found. My only hint for you is, once you reach the area where you think it might be, stop looking for it, and it'll appear.
She kind of raises an eyebrow. As she does, her eye falls out.
Oh, shit!
She picks it up off the ground, wipes it off, picks a hair off of it, eats the hair.
This is the person we're entrusting with the chalice. I want you guys to know.
Yeah, she's kind of cool.
She puts the eye back in place. It kind of like looks around a little bit, and then she says,
Well, I know someone's been waiting for your return.
She puts 2 pinky fingers in her mouth and whistles really loudly. And as she does, the front door of the chapel kind of bursts open with Good Boy running up. And
Good boy!
he's like shaking his voodoo doll that you made for him back and forth vigorously and happily as his tail starts wagging back and forth. And he jumps up onto Juniper's like waist area and pushes you to the ground, Juniper. And he's just like breathing smoke on you. He doesn't have a tongue. He's a hellhound. He doesn't have a tongue. So he's like breathing smoke on you and like rolling around next to you.
Oh, that's so cute. What the heck?
So Good Boy, he says,
Oh, thank goodness you're back. Oh, I'm so happy you're back. Look at you all. You all look. Are you okay? You look sad.
Day. Someone's sad here.
Well, yeah, I guess someone is sad here, but
no, he looks directly at Violet.
we all just gonna turn our heads at Violet.
Everyone stop looking at me.
Well, I should let you know, I may or may not have killed the guy that this voodoo doll was attached to.
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. You guys want to give me another one?
Yep, I knew that's what you wanted.
Ah, you greedy.
Is that why
Alright,
you're loving
anything
on us
further?
so much? Gosh.
No, I was just happy to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
If you would like
We'll
to see
think
if he's
about
lying,
it.
you can roll an insight check. If you want to see he's lying. It's up to anyone who wants to do that.
Oh, okay.
And if he's lying, I'm gonna put him in the basement for a day.
Oh, is he?
Ugh.
Is everybody rolling or just these two? Oh,
damn.
18. That's pretty good.
Damn.
Oh, you missed me.
Oh, and a 20? Okay.
Oh, God.
So, Juniper and Leanna, he rolled a 17 deception, by the way.
Wow.
So, Juniper and Leanna, you can tell that he's lying. He's not that happy to see you. He doesn't really care that much. He just wanted a new voodoo doll. Esme and Violet, you pretty much believe him until you see Leanna and Juniper's skeptical looks.
What? Come on. No, seriously.
Do we do it?
I already killed 2 bitches today. Do you want to be the third one?
No, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Go back to your house.
Fine.
And he
Bye-bye.
saunters out.
Violet needs a nappy. Violet's a little grumpy.
As if her kids didn't just die.
So as he saunters out, Licka kind of shrugs her shoulders, and she says,
Well, I think you could all use a rest. A nice long rest. So, your rooms are prepared for you. Nothing's changed. No one's gone in there, so feel free to enjoy your stay. And your next stop will be the west. You'll travel over to the largest town over there in the west. And from there, like I said, once you stop looking for the dagger, it'll show up for you. I'm sure.
she looks at you all again, expectantly. She just nods her head. She says,
Best of luck, and have a good sleep.
she ruffles her cloak a little bit and walks out of the chapel, leaving you in here alone with the chalice and the ritual area as well.
We're just gonna go Mimi's. I'm ready to kind of keep.
Yeah, I
You
need
guys
a
ready
long
for some
rest.
sleep? Okay.
Yep.
So at the top of your character sheet, the very top of your character sheet, click on the long rest button. It's above like the main box where all your stuff is. It's like its own little button. It looks like it's got a moon symbol. Click on the long rest button and then confirm. And you get all your abilities back and all that good stuff. And then we're going to level you up to 4. So to do that, everybody, go ahead and click on the hammer and anvil icon that is in the top right of your character sheet.
Got
It says
it.
go to builder. Everyone got that?
Yep. Hmm.
All right. Once you're in there, click on the little drop-down menu that gives you your level and level yourself up to 4. And then everybody gets the same choice at level 4. And it's an important one. And it's one you're going to have to work on in your own kind of decision making, your own time. Because we've only got, 13 minutes or so. I will help you by kind of giving you some ideas, but it'll be up to you to decide what you want to do. So this is called an ability score improvement or a feat. You get to kind of pick which one you want to do. Sometimes ability score improvement is shortened to ASI. And all it is it's a permanent stat increase to 1 or 2 of your stats. So for example, if you want to be stronger, like have more strength, you could put 2 points into strength and it will bump you up permanently for the rest of the game in your strength. You could also, if you want to be a little bit better in strength and a little bit better in constitution, you could put 1 point in each if you'd like to be just a little bit better. Those are like permanent staff buffs that are going to affect all of your ability checks and things like that. So, for example, if you want to be better at investigating or you want to be better at perception, that kind of thing, you can put your points into wisdom or intelligence, and that's what those are based on. So if you have a higher wisdom, your perception for the rest of this campaign is going to be much higher if you put some points into it. Same for investigation, that's intelligence based. So if you want some more investigation bonuses, put some points into intelligence. Charisma is your talking stuff, so persuading, lying, that kind of stuff. If you want to be better at that, put your ability score improvements in charisma if you would like.
What's like stealth?
Stealth is dexterity. Dexterity. Yep. So that's an ability score improvement. It like bumps up your base stats for the game. The other choice that you get is called a feat. You can pick to have a feat instead. So you don't get an ability score improvement. Instead, you get a feat. And a feat is like a little miniature superpower. There's many of them in the game, and they all have like special abilities. So like for one, there's a feat called Linguist. And basically it increases your intelligence score by 1. And then you get to learn 3 languages automatically. And you can create written ciphers, like puzzles with your character. You can make like written puzzles that people have to figure out if they want to know the answer to things. But like you can make it so that your party knows the answer, but somebody else wouldn't, that kind of stuff. So you can like write hidden notes and stuff that bad guys can't know. So that's like linguist. That's just like one of the many options. One of them is called healer. It gives you a special healer's kit and lets you use it. One of them is called, let's see, sharpshooter, for those of you that like bows and arrows. Sharpshooter makes it so that your arrow attacks are way better. Like, for example, you can add like an extra 10 damage to your arrow attack rolls and things like that with the sharpshooter feat. So there's something like that. There is, I think there's one called Keen Mind. Yeah, Keen Mind is one of the feats you can pick. It increases your intelligence by 1, and then you'll always know which way is north, so you're like a living compass. You also know the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset, and you can accurately recall any information that you've seen or heard within the past month. So your character becomes like big brain Sherlock Holmes, like can recall anything and everything that they've seen or heard in the last month. So these are just like little miniature superpowers you can pick from, and there are a ton of them. There are like a bunch here. So I'm going to give you guys the next 10 minutes right now to kind of make whatever choice you want to make. You can either do the feat, which is like a miniature superpower, like I said, and they give you a list here that you can kind of go through, and if you click on them, they tell you what they do. Or you can pick ability score improvement, and that is like, again, a permanent stat boost that's going to bump up all of your things for that certain stat that you picked. So one's flashier, one is more consistent. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
the ability score improvement is going to consistently make you better for the rest of the campaign. The feat is going to give you like some special abilities, but it's not going to affect your stats as much. Like, it's not going to make you overall as good at other things. It's going to make you really good at like one thing, basically. So, if you scroll down, you did the level 4 drop down thing where you clicked level 4. If you scroll down, you'll see there's the option you get to pick between the two: ability score improvement or feat.
I love how the first one I chose to look at the option is like, oh, you may approach a corpse and bless it with rebirth. I'm like, oh, the kids.
Okay, that's a good point, because you're looking at the blessing of
Warabi.
Yes. Okay. So the blessings, if it says blessing of Brash, blessing of Lytropius, blessing of Moira, blessing of Marabi, blessing of Raka, or blessing of Vivian, those are for my Greek mythology based campaign. So they can't be used here because they're like godly abilities. They're like way OP. So
Yeah.
they're the only ones you can't pick.
Understandable.
Every time I go to click like what I want to do, which is I wanted to upgrade one of my thingies because like I'm low on like strength and like stuff like that, but it keeps putting feet automatically.
Try doing it again. Try doing it one more time.
Okay, now it worked.
That is my fault. I was using yours as my reminder thing, so I kept looking at the feats on your sheet. I'm so sorry.
I see. I was just like, man, what am I doing wrong?
Oh no, you're good. So you're bumping up your strength score.
And
so you can do that twice,
another,
or you can do a different one. The big hint, if you want to like really make your character powerful with an ability score increase, the big hint for you is that every it's hard to explain. This is getting into some advanced stuff, but like how when you roll an investigation check, you get like a plus something to it, like +1 or +2 or whatever. Like
yeah.
That plus goes up every 2 ability score increases. So whenever you're like your big number for your dexterity, say your dexterity is at like 17 is one number away from bumping itself up to a new plus number. It's every even number you get a new like plus. So to give you an example, if your constitution is 10, then you have a +0. If your constitution is 11, you have a +0. But if your constitution is 12, you get a +1. And if your constitution is 13, it's still +1. Constitution is 14, now it goes up to +2. Does that make sense? So every even like every 2 that you go up in a stat, you get a new plus onto that ability. So if you want to make your character really powerful, you should use your ability score increases to make your numbers into like even numbers. You want to turn them into even numbers. So if you have like a 17, you want to turn it into an 18. Or if you have a 13, you want to turn it into a 14.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would not waste your ability score increase to make one of your numbers into an odd number. That wouldn't solve much.